Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I recently published a video on how I made this joiner fence that goes onto a joiner plane and also fits a jack plane and I presume a foreplane. And if you're interested in something like that, I invite you to go check the video out. But while I was at it making this guy, I got the idea to build a miter fence for a block plane, and this is what I came up with. And the way this works is you just put the block plane in. I have a little button stop here with a little relief cut in it, and you slide it in and then tighten down the screw, and that is held very securely. And you can tell how it goes. You register the piece against this 45 degree and then you cut a nice crisp clean 45 degree chamfer. And this is useful if you want a somewhat larger chamfer and you want it to have good crisp clean corners on it. So for the bevel fence, I typically use any one of these three block planes for that type of work. This is the 220 and of course my Lie-Nielsen number 60 and my 9.5, and they're all slightly different sizes. The 60 and the 9.5 are the same length. The Lie-Nielsen is a little bit narrower and the 220 is longer. I have these three pieces of scrap wood that I've milled up and made them look ready for workup. This is a piece of cherry. Came out of my mantle build, if you watch those videos, and a piece of mahogany, and I milled this little piece. And my idea is the plane will sit something like this. I'll have to chop that off, of course. And then I think I'm just going to put a stop on either end. The trouble is, like I say, these two planes are smaller. This is shorter and this one is narrower, so it's kind of hard to come up with a simple way to firmly attach the plane. And as I said before, I'm not sure, having never had one of these, just how firmly it needs to be attached. I think a magnet with a couple stops will probably be good enough for what the plane fence needs to do. I need to cut the relief in the 45 degree block for the fence, and I've got it marked here and here, and it's a little tricky to hold, so I have a scrap of the cutoff. These two pieces are wedged into a 45 degree block, and these are sitting on my thin strip holding jig. And with a clamp, I can come down on this and hold it to do a little bit of work. First thing I'm going to do is probably score it with a utility knife. I got a little tear in there, but that really doesn't have to be perfect. Clamping an angular piece onto a flat piece is always tricky, so I have this piece of wood here that I wrapped with packing tape so it wouldn't stick to the glue. And I have this strategically clamped in the right spot so that I can clamp this hopefully a little better. So I'm going to be very careful not to put too much glue. Okay, there's my kludge of clamps. Hold it long enough for the glue to set. I used my center finding ruler to get an idea of where the magnets should go, and I took my smallest hand plane, kind of traced where it was landing, because it might go this way or it may go this way. And it crosses my mind that the magnets are going to have to sit kind of low and off center, because two of my planes have these handy grip indents in them, and obviously the magnet won't stick there. So as a result, I marked the two spots. I kind of missed on the first one, so I've got a second set of holes a little bit lower. I've lowered my drill press down till it's just pressing on the edge of the board, the bit that is, and I have it locked in place. And then with my homemade depth stop jig, I've got a magnet wedged in here between the two stops. So in theory, if I take this magnet out of the way, if I plunge this further down or it hits the stop, that should give me the depth of the magnet. Let's hope it works. That looks like a pretty good fit on both holes. So here it is completed, and those magnets really hold quite well. I'm not really sure I need the stops on either end. And you line the fence up. And it obviously works. And if I try the Lee Nielsen, it also seems to hold well. So here's the Chamfer guide with a coat of linseed oil on it. It actually works quite well. And I'm pleased with the way that it came out. And again, holds the planes well, and I think these stops are going to be what's really needed to keep this from sliding, which is fine. It looks good, it seems practical, it doesn't seem overly complicated, and it feels good in your hand. So I'm kind of excited that maybe I'll actually use this. Well, it seems to work pretty well. In all honesty, I'm not sure how much I'm ever going to use this chamfer fence. I don't do a lot of chamfers in the work I do. I do tend to ease edges though. I don't really desire that often a nice crisp, clean chamfer, but I will round a corner a little bit, just take off the edge. And if you're rounding the corner, if you're just easing an edge, you don't really need something like this. You can do that freehand easy enough. Do notice occasionally when using this that the plane might lift a little bit. Going forward, if I use this a lot, maybe I'll put a couple strategic holes in here to add a pin to hold this a little better. And in case you're wondering where I got these brass thumb screws, I bought a whole box of them. I think I got them from McMaster Car. You can buy some kits and some jigs that put a second 45-degree, if I can hold that up to show you. And with such a setup, then the plane would be keyed on both sides of what you're trying to put the chamfer on. And I think that's great, but for chamfer, as it varies in size, the fence will have to split a little bit and get back together for a tighter chamfer, else you're not going to get the registration. And I think as this opens and closes, it has to do so and stay parallel. And that just seems a little too complicated for me. I'll tell you, I haven't worked with this for a few days. These two magnets are really quite strong. If I were going to build another one, I'm not so sure I'd even put the two magnets in. I think they're a bit overkill, particularly if you're going to have a mechanical hold down like I have here. Well, I think that wraps it up for this guy. Hopefully, if you've made it this far in the video, you found it of some value. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question if you will. It helps the channel, of course, and I love to read them. And as always, stay safe, take care, keep your eyes out for the next one.